Hello everybody, Assassinator back with another Halo Infinite update video. This time it is for July 3rd. So I have a lot to go over, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to talk about is Twitch drops. Today is the last day of the HCS EU Regional Finals. With this event, there are 4 Twitch drop items available until the end of this day. Or I guess till the event ends. And so those items are the Monument to Glory Weapon Charm, the Gladiator's Edge Sidekick Coating, the Primal Glory Sniper Rifle Coating, and a returning nameplate from Season 1 HCS drop, the Whose World Is This nameplate. So hopefully everyone is getting that wanted to get it. I have quite a few people watching that video, so it kind of let everyone know. I put that video out a couple days before the Twitch drop as soon as I knew what was dropping. And like always, I will continue doing that. So if you subscribe to my channel, that's one of those things that you know, as so long as you actually have, notifications on. And hopefully YouTube is working correctly. Some other good news about Twitch drops is a previous drop, there was a lot of people who did not get those drops, who had actually earned them. So they earned things like the Warthog Bumper, the Midnight Gold Coatings, and the Got Milked Emblem Nameplate Bundle. So a lot of people were telling me that they did not receive them. Well, if you actually earned them, go ahead and check your inventory out. 343 did put out a statement saying they did fix it, so it should show in your inventory. So hopefully you were some of those people who it didn't work for, and now it is actually working. Let me know in the comments below. Next up is items. So there are no items for Halo Infinite to talk about, but there are some for Halo and Fall Guys collab. They did some items in other games. So in Fall Guys, you can get the Master Beam costume. Basically, you're the chubby Master Chief running around there, along with one of the Brutes and a Grunt. Those ones you have to actually purchase, but there are items that are Halo related that you can actually earn in the event. But that event does end July 4th, so go ahead and check it out. Overall, I had a whole lot of fun. So if you actually like Fall Guys, then obtaining these items aren't that hard to do. Then we have Halo MCC, which received the Beam Backpack attachment, which is obtainable by just logging into MCC. Now, to me, I would have liked in Halo Infinite for them to add a weapon charm of Master Beam, but at the same time, we didn't get it. They don't have to do it. Maybe it is coming in the future. I guess we'll see. But if you're having problems with Halo MCC because you have not downloaded it, because it's been a while since you played it, you've mostly been playing Halo Infinite, what I did, because I have Game Pass Ultimate, is all I did was played it on cloud. I started it up, went in there under Halo 3, customize, and I found my backpack. I equipped it. I have it now. If I ever go back to Halo MCC, it'll be there waiting for me. Moving on to the update. The only update that I'm talking about this week is the arena map recharge has been added back into Ranked Slayer. It was removed for about a week while 343 fixed the exploit that was recently found where players can crouch in a spot and not get hit by shots. So I'm glad that thing is back. I don't play a whole lot of ranked. I'm more of a casual Halo player. I enjoy it. I really, it's sweaty to me also, but I'm not an Onyx player, so therefore I don't really get down in ranked, but glad this is fixed because, as I said in the last video when I was talking about this, there are people who will still try to do this exploit when I was actually playing against them. Now on to the news. 343 let us know that the online co-op campaign flight will be dropping the week of July 11th, but most people believe it will start July 15th since that's a Friday, and most people will probably play this for, Friday throughout the weekend. So look forward to that July 11th. If you want to take part in this, then make sure you are signed up as a Halo Insider and your profile is up to date. There's a whole big write-up on this, but I'm going to go ahead and give you the main things that I feel are important. So when you play in this flight, you will start a brand new save file. This is basically a beta save file is what I'll call it. Kind of explains it a little bit better, but basically it will not take whatever you've progressed in the main, single player. It will not take over that info. And then when this flight ends, it will not transfer over to the main game once it actually has a full release. I believe that's going to happen in August, but it will not be there. So you're going to have to kind of start all over. And I know this might deter some. It kind of deters me also from playing. I'm still going to play it if I'm allowed in, just because I want to be able to give my feedback back to 343 to make this game better in the end when it actually releases in hopefully August. Some more info is it will be up to 4 players can play together. Everyone does play as Master Chief, so that means you'll be running around as up to 4 Master Chiefs. And I know that is not lore accurate. either would be throwing in your Spartan because obviously they're at the training facility. They're not actually on the ring. So either way it goes, it will not be lore accurate. But it would have been nice to actually see my Spartan playing if I wasn't playing as the main chief. Players can't go more than 1,000 feet from one another. If not, they'll be teleported back to another player. This is called the area of operation. Some people are saying it's because the Xbox One is basically holding back, making this happen, but I don't know if that's actually true because it hasn't been announced by the devs. Either way it goes, this is kind of like what it has been in other Halo games, but those paths were more linear, so you couldn't really go too far from each other. But at the same exact time, you know, I understand people would like to go and do one thing while someone else is doing something else, but you know what? You're there to play together, so I understand 343 wanting you to kind of stick more within the same range of one another. Any cores, upgrades, and skulls collected will show as collected by everyone in that session. So that's a good thing. You don't have to actually be there. So if someone goes off the path, as long as it's not 1,000 feet from each other, they go ahead and collect something, and it counts as everyone else collecting that also. If you are playing with players with less campaign progress, you will sort of be playing in the campaign of the player with the least progress. This was done so players don't skip ahead in the campaign and they get to enjoy the full story. You know, if I've already completed it and then all of a sudden someone wants to play with me, we're going to play the last level. They kind of skipped everything. They lose out on all that lore. And so basically 343 did this so that you're playing with the lowest common denominator. You gotta kind of play with them and get them up to where you're at so that you can go ahead and progress with your progress, or you can go ahead and have them back out, or you go alone and do that. However you choose to do it, this is the way it's set up. So hopefully it's one of those things that you look at as more of a positive, helping out your friends, rather than just kind of bringing them to the end so that they get to just see the last boss. Co-op campaign will be crossplay with PC players, Xbox One players, Xbox Series players, and cloud gaming players. And this will all be on dedicated servers, making everything a lot more smooth play. You won't be getting all those drops and everything that usually happens when it's not dedicated servers. So again, a good thing that 343 is doing. And along with this will be mission replays. So this will help in particular with people who need to go back and get like a skull or something that they missed in one of the main missions that you can't go back to. You'll be able to replay those missions and actually collect those items to, I guess, 100% your skulls, your cores, or whatever it is that you need, instead of having to go back and start a new game save file and actually play through to do that. I actually had to do that in order to get all the skulls and cores because there were obviously some of those that I missed at the beginning of the game. So I had to go back. Luckily, it was only at the beginning of the game that I missed the skull, so it made it, you know, another hour of gameplay that I had to put in. But I ended up finished running through that because I ended up getting that tank glitch at the very beginning, and I just kind of had some crazy fun with that. So that tank glitch is also going to be in the co-op campaign, so everyone can run around as tanks. I wonder how that will be, all those explosions, what happens if you shoot one another, things like that. But I guess those will be things that are all popping up on YouTube once this thing drops. There is much more that they talked about in this write-up, but I think I got you the main points. I will leave a link in the description of this write-up, so you go and check it out yourself. 343 also did a write-up on Halo Infinite's weapons, equipment, and vehicle inventory. To me, it was a whole lot of lore-type stuff, but I'll go ahead and leave a link to it in the description of this video in case you're interested in reviewing that information yourself. So that's it for this video. Let me know if this was the right amount of content or if you think I should go more in depth. I do review the full articles, so I can go more in depth with details and everything, but I just don't want to bore you. So therefore, I kind of give you the main thing. Get on with this video so you can go on and, you know, play the game yourself, do whatever yourself, have more time for yourself. But I will go more in depth if I hear enough people tell me they would like to know a lot more details on this. So this is all I have for this week. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll be back Tuesday. Until then, Assassinator's out.